Hi, this is Kathleen with My Happy Stamping Place, and I'm going to do a quick card from the newish, starting in May, the annual catalog that started for Stampin' Up! May 2025 through April 2025. So we're going to use some of the new products, and we'll get started. There we go. All right, so we're going to make this flower card, and this was based on a card that I received in a swap with some other demonstrators. This one's by Lisa Schmid, and so that's where I got my inspiration from. I'm going to be using the Pretty Florals stamp set. This one is new, this catalog, and it also comes with some coordinating dies, and this is the die set. So there's some flowers, or some of the dies that cut around the flowers in the stamp set, and some that are their own entity here. So you can see the ones like this that will go around some of these. All right, so, but I've kept this card pretty simple, so I'm not even using the dies on this part, so I just wanted to let you know that that is available as well. So we're going to do this really simple. So I have this already as my basic white card base. It's already scored, so I'm just going to fold that in half. And then I've got some designer paper, and this is what the other side looks like. I'm going to make a list of all the supplies, and I will list that for you in the description. But I'm going to back this with some of the blue paper, and let's see here. I'm going to just take my mono multi-adhesive glue. Getting a little empty. Sometimes when you get towards the bottom, you can just kind of shake it and make sure that nozzle's cleared off, but let's see. That doesn't want to come out, so I'm just going to grab some different kind of adhesive. Okay, so I'm just going to take my Stampin' Seal and adhere this to each other. And I just want you to take note. I am playing a little bit with proportions. And that one didn't go down quite the way I wanted it to, but what I mean by that is most commonly I use about a 1/4 inch border between layers. And this one I didn't do a very good job with that adhering, but I did an 1/8 inch border. So it's just kind of fun sometimes to do different size borders like that. So now I have a piece of the basic white that I'm going to stamp, and I'm going to bring you down a little bit closer. So the colors, ink colors I'm using is Old Olive, Pool Party, and Secret Sea. Secret Sea is the same as my cardstock, and this is a new in color from, this will be from 2025 to 2027, so you'll have a couple years to order those products. It's always fun to play with new colors, and there's a line of 5 new ones that you can choose from. And so I've got my Old Olive first. I'm going to do the stems. So I'll start with one in the middle of my cardstock. Then I'll go another one kind of up at an angle, and another one up at an angle on the other side. They can overlap a little bit. Then I'm going to take my lighter blue, this Pool Party, and I'll take the larger part of the flower, and I'm just going to land on top of the stems here. And you can see, because it's photopolymer stamp, you can see where you're going to be landing. And it's okay if it goes slightly off the cardstock. Now it doesn't look like that much right now, not that interesting, but when you add the middle part with the Secret Sea, that's when it pops. So this is going to go towards the top of the flower. And you can see that really pulls it together. There. Now we need some kind of a vase, and this stamp set and the dies don't have a vase in it, so I wanted to create my own. So I'm going to use the wide oval punch. And I want to encourage you to use your embossing folders in a different way, and that would be, so I'll go ahead and punch this out, and I could do this just plainly, which I will do for this card, and you'll be able to see the difference. For my original card, I used the exposed brick embossing folder and added some texture to it. So for this one, it's just plain. But I don't know, I don't think I can leave it plain. I'm going to pull in and use the embossing folder on this one as well. So I'm simply going to take the punched out piece of cardstock, slip it in my embossing folder, and run it through. Just place it down where I want it, and I'll be right back with that. Okay, so I have that embossed, and it just adds a lot more interest than just the plain cardstock. And I'll take my image, and I like to take my Tombow Multi-Mono liquid glue when I'm using an embossed part, because then it can get down into the nooks and crannies, and that is if your glue isn't empty. So I'm just going to squirt a little bit on here, trying to be careful not to do too much so it doesn't ooze out the sides. And I'll just place that down over my flowers. And now I have a nice vase. And then to add a little bit more interest, I'm going to just pull in some of my linen thread, and I'm going to wrap it around 3 times. 1, 2, 3, leaving enough to tie off a bow on one end, or one edge. It just adds a little bit of texture, a little bit of interest. And you can do some adjustment after you're done tying it. So I'm going to adjust my bow a little, maybe move it around a little so you can see the different layers of it. Get it to where you want it. And then I'll just trim off a little bit of the thread. And now I'll go ahead and back it to my Seaside or Secret Sea cardstock underneath. Okay, now this one is a 1/4 inch. The Secret Sea is a 1/4 inch bigger than my basic white cardstock, as you can see, so I've got a little bit bigger border around it. And then I need a greeting to go on top of that, so I have, from a different stamp set, there's this one, and it's called More Messages. And this one is interesting because it's all these different greetings, and it has one die that will cut them all out at the same time. So I've got a batch that I have all cut out from that one die, and I did it a couple times. So this one says, "Oh, happy day." So I have that. And I'm just going to place that down right over the linen thread. Like that, off to one side. Okay, and then I will place that on my pattern paper here. I'm going up a little bit so it's not totally centered. It's centered from side to side, but as you can see, I've got it a little bit less up here than here. I just liked that look. And then I'll just adhere that to my basic white card base. Get that centered. And there you have it, a very simple card using this pretty florals stamp set and the More Messages greetings. So that's all there is to it. If you want to know what I use to make the cards, again, I will have it in the description and also on my blog at myhappyplace.typepad.com. If you want to place an order for any of these products, you can go to myhappystampingplace.stampinup.net and go ahead and order any of the products for yours. All right, thanks for joining me today. I will see you soon.